Hello, collectors. I am John, the 3D 80s kid, coming at you with another interview in our Collector to Collector series. I am actually at Disneyland right now with the family, but I'm recording this in advance because I'm going to keep bringing you the content even when I'm busy. But got a great younger collector in the community today, so stick around and check it out.
Welcome to For Collectors.
All right, so bringing the interview today for Collector to Collector is none other than Jack over at Cracker Jack Cards. Welcome to the channel, Jack.
Thanks for having me on, John.
Great to have you. Of course, you get it all the time being the kid in this space of middle-aged people mostly. So, has it gotten annoying yet? Everybody asking how young you are and
Not
you know.
really. I kind of enjoy the questions. It's fun to talk. It's
All right. Because, there's what, a handful of you guys, maybe?
yeah, it's not really a kids thing to do, but it's fun. I like it. It's educational and connect with my dad and everything. So
Yeah. So, as far as sport participation yourself, what are you, freshman or sophomore this year?
I'm a freshman this year.
Okay. And
Yep.
I know you talked about playing football. Is there also baseball then for high school?
Yep. This spring I'm gonna try out for baseball. I've never been really good at baseball, but I love baseball, so I decided I want to try it just to like never regret not doing it. So
Sure. What's been your typical position that you usually play?
I was thinking pitcher or catcher. I don't know, I'm not a great hitter. I can throw pretty hard, but yeah, probably pitcher or catcher.
Well, I think catcher. Catcher would be a good route to get on a team because not many people want to put on that gear.
Yeah, yep.
So,
I used to always play catcher, so
well, great. As far as collecting, you already mentioned your dad. So, has he been a long time collector, and so then that brought you in?
well, it was kind of like your story. He collected as a kid, in the '70s, and then he kind of lost touch with it, and then I started collecting, and we ended up. He ended up collecting with me, and it kind of got him back, and I found a bunch of his old cards from when he was a kid, all the like '60s and '70s cards, into the '80s. But yeah, he collected as a kid, but really we are into it now. So
So your interest kind of sparked him again. Then
yeah,
that's
yep.
cool. And so, what was your then first year really getting started?
Well, I guess I really started collecting back in maybe 2016, but it really got the ball rolling maybe through 2 or 3 years ago. Once he started collecting with me, and um, yeah, it just worked out better.
Yeah, because then you got to ride to the card shop or the
Yep.
card show or you know
Maybe a little,
things like
maybe
that.
a little more spending money too.
Well, yeah, exactly. When you get the adult interested in the same hobby, then there's a different level of budget that happens,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So cool. I mean, it's great that you guys can share that. So I notice you have collected not just baseball, but a little bit of football. Is there any other genres that you've delved into, or?
I would say it's probably about 90% baseball and then 10% football. Not never been really big of a basketball guy or hockey, but I really like baseball, and then football is kind of secondary. I play football, Really just collect the players that I like Mick Tinglehoff. He's my favorite. He's a Viking Hall of Fame center, and I also play center, so kind of just connected. And then other Vikings like the Purple People Eaters and other linemen. I really like linemen, so yeah.
So kind of that Minnesota-based collecting, like your primary PC player for baseball as well. Then, which say it for the folks that don't know you.
It's Harmon Killebrew.
Yeah.
If you can't tell, I'm a Twins fan.
I think the hat might have given it away, but
maybe the background too.
Well, yeah. So, how is your Harmon Killebrew run? Where are you at on that these days?
I actually just finished it. Just the base, not like all the
team leaders or league leaders. Yeah, the base tops cards, and
yeah.
I'm assuming probably too the 63 Fleer.
Nope, I do not have the 63 Fleer, but I do have a couple of like the Peters Wieners and the what year are they? The 64 stand-ups. What are those 64?
Yeah, the one with the yellow top is the 64.
And a couple other team sets, and yeah.
Yeah, I saw your stand-up. That one looked really nice. Were you gonna send that for grading?
I think I might. I don't send many cards out for grading, but that one is a really nice card.
Oh yeah, the condition, it looks like you're getting at least a mid-grade on that, if not better. So
yeah.
But so did you put any of your Killebrew cards out that you want to show the people, or?
Yeah, I brought one down, and probably one of his most recognizable. I'll take it out of the sleeve so you can see it a little better, but that's his rookie card right there. I ended up picking up this card and his 56 as well. It's a pretty nice looking card. You can see the little crease in it, but not very well centered. One of my favorite things about the 55 and the 56s is the white backs. I love the white backs.
Yeah, they do look a lot nicer than the gray.
Yeah,
but the crease is in a nice spot where it's not through his face.
Yep.
So nice copy there.
Yeah.
I will always take a low condition card as long as the picture looks great.
Yeah, this is the difference between me and my dad. I like the low condition cards. Well, I don't like them, but I think they're more like bang for your buck. I would rather spend $30 on a lower grade card than $100 on a higher grade card. But he likes the higher graded stuff. He gets kind of mad at me. I bought I'll pull it out, actually. I brought it down. I ended up buying a really nice looking Goose Goslin 33 Gaudy. And for $30, but the back has...
Oh, it's a scrapbook card. So it's been loved and cherished in a scrapbook.
But the front looks amazing.
Exactly. I've got a couple of ones on my wall that are former scrapbook cards. So
if you
I'm totally with you.
Yeah.
But so the pre-war too. I noticed besides the Gaudis, you've had some play balls as well.
Yeah, I actually. Yep, I have a couple right here, actually. I actually just picked these up. I picked them up at the same time I bought that stand-up Harmon Killebrew. I picked up 3 Hall of Famers. Let me grab them really quick. I have them in a binder. I don't really put many cards in a binder, but, well, except for my sets. But this is a nice one, Red Ruffin.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a
Hall of Fame Yankee pitcher.
Yep. And then not really many people know this Hall of Famer, Arky Vaughan, died young. But I mean, these cards look really, really nice.
Hmm.
And then the last one, well, actually, I have one more, but it's upstairs. This is Joe Cronin. And then I have one other Hall of Famer, and it's upstairs, and that's Charlie Gehringer.
Fun fact that I've never said before on any video is that I went to high school with Archie Vaughan's granddaughter.
Really?
Patty Vaughn was her name, but
That's pretty cool.
but yeah, of course, when she said that to people, I was one of the few people who even knew who that was, since I was already into watching all the baseball documentary type stuff when I was a kid. So, but yeah, that's great. The pre-war stuff, and one of the things I saw you added was those 1926 Spalding cards. Do you have any
Oh,
of those at hand?
I have about 7 of them, but I brought down uh, my favorite one and probably the best one too. And that's this 1926 Spalding Rogers Hornsby, one of the greatest hitters to ever live. I was very surprised. It came out 1.5. I thought it was going to be a 1 because those corners are not supposed to be rounded. But still, the picture
It
looks,
looks nice.
yeah. When I found them, I bought them we got them in a collection that we got, and they were sitting in a little box. It was probably around the same size as the cards, which isn't very big, and there was a whole bunch of them. There was baseball, there was a couple football ones, uh, pool, biking, uh, a bunch of different sports. We ended up selling all the non-baseball ones. We kept all the baseball ones though, and then we graded 3 of them, which were the 3 Hall of Famers, and that was Rogers Hornsby, Rue Marquard, and Jim Bottomley. But when I found them, they were just sitting in this little box, and they had this white powder on top of them, and I very gently wiped it off, and they really popped after I did that. It was pretty amazing.
Well, I am shocked because you're saying it was part of some $100 purchase.
Yep, it was it was a kind of like a gift kind of thing, but we
Okay,
purchased it. Yeah.
because do you realize the value of those 3 Hall of Fame
Yeah.
cards now?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but I mean, when we first found them, we had no idea what they were. It's
Yeah.
such a scarce set that
Oh yeah. For anyone who hasn't seen this set before, the 26 Spalding cards, most of the baseball players, the total graded population of these is in the teens.
yeah.
So like that Hornsby, I looked, there hasn't been a recent sale of anything that grade.
Mm,
Like a high grade one went for 2.6K a while back, but the most recent one of a low grade was for $150, and that was 10 years ago.
yeah.
So
That
the card market's changed a little bit in 10 years.
and these cards, they're not card stock, they're like paper almost.
Yeah.
Probably it's
I'm guessing that Hornsby alone would sell for at least $500 or more.
and
So,
yep.
because the bottomly that you have, a 2 sold in September of 23 for $300.
I believe I believe the
REA.
I believe the bottomly I have is a 2.5,
Yeah.
and then Marquard is a 2.
And there hasn't been a recent sale of Marquard, but I'm guessing you've got over $1,000 in those 3 cards. So,
And there's plenty of other cards that were in that collection.
so that's
And
crazy find.
yeah.
I mean, it was definitely a gift then.
Yep. And that's kind of
So,
the thing that got me and my dad into the collecting again.
oh, that's awesome because especially pre-war sets like that, there's a lot of sets that there's barely any copies. So people
Mm.
don't necessarily know even what they have
Yeah.
because none of them transact like ever. Because I was even, you know, I watched your video of you going through all the cards, and I was looking at even all the commons, and most of those commons there's no sales history even on them, and
Mhm.
a few of them they haven't sold for 10 years. So if
Yeah.
someone were actually collecting that set, then each one of those is potentially $100 card. So
Yeah.
um
I, yeah. I, I was talking to John Mangini about them, and he was telling me that they're so rare that they weren't even registered in, like, people didn't even know they existed until the 90s.
oh yeah, they don't have any of those E or W or whatever designators for
Yeah.
that set,
Yeah.
because they're just too rare to even have been bothered to have been classified. So that I'm just kind of jealous. it's, it's what's going on here with that fine. So
It of a lifetime. Like, I was looking at I was looking at the news a couple days ago, and this guy found a cigar box. You probably saw it, but it was like a little cigar box full of Babe Ruth strip cards, Ty Cobb strip cards, Joe Jackson, and it was just in somebody's attic.
oh yeah, and things like that.
Yeah.
If they've been safe in a box, then they're even in decent condition.
Mm-hmm.
And any of those things, when they actually get number grades, go for a ton of money.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
but outside of the money, it's just cool to have. I mean, a plain days card of Rogers Hornsby, one of inner circle level Hall of Famers. So I can imagine that's going to be your cherished card here for quite a few years until you get a larger budget. So
Yeah. I don't think I'll ever sell that card or any of the baseball ones that I got, unless I get an offer I can't refuse.
sure. So and then the other thing is that you are collecting actually a ton of different sets.
Yep.
I've noticed all through vintage. I've seen 70s, 60s, 50s, uh, Red Heart. Um, so, are you just continually making small progress on those, or how do you approach the set collecting?
Uh, I haven't really. So I'm pretty much from 52, and then also the Bowmans, which is separate, and then 52 tops to 81 tops. I'm pretty much haven't focused on any of the late 70s or after 75. I finished the 75 set. That's the only set I've finished so far. But after that, I haven't really been doing too much with those. But before at, before 75, everything from there, I've just kind of been filling them in as I go. I have them all in binders. 52 Bowman is probably one of my highest filled up, really vintage set. I've got to be almost halfway through it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Of course, you, I imagine, still have the financial blocker cards that
Yep.
are looming in the distant future.
Maybe I'll buy a couple nice reprints.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because even a low copy of the Mantle is probably still a comma card.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe the Maze. I don't know about the Mantle though.
Yeah, that one is tough. It's one of his classic shots there. 'Cause that's the one where he's like got his arms crossed, right? Or it's
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. That one is a very popular photo of his. So,
It's not 51.
oh yeah, the 51's absolutely insane. But yeah, that's awesome that you've got all that going. So you're storing those. You have all binder setups there with the oversized sleeves where necessary and all that.
Yep. It's all in my room. It's not in this room. Uh, this is our basement card room, and then my actual bedroom is kind of looks like this too. Everything's all over my walls, and then I've got a giant bookshelf full of the binders. And then I also made a bookshelf in woods and metals, and that's holding all my Bowman binders. And then also I have a couple football sets that I put together. Not really working on those though.
So you're starting to be a junior version of the Drew then, as far as building your own.
Yeah, I've been in contact with them. We've been talking a lot about woodworking. I just for Christmas I was very fortunate to get a table saw from my grandparents. It's a very nice table saw too. I made a workbench already, and I made a card display, like wall display thing, which is based off of Ken's cardboard. He made it about 4 years ago, but it's out of old wood pallets, and it's sitting in my living room. And yeah, I took a couple cards out of there to show you guys. So
Cool, awesome project though. Which I have zero skill. These are all Amazon purchases. Yeah, I played violin in high school instead of being in wood shop. So
it's definitely a great thing to learn. It's yeah, I've only been doing it for about not even a year, and it's a lot of fun. It's not for everybody, but I think it's a lot of fun.
well, cool. You said you pulled some cards from that. What you have other things to show?
Yeah, I've got so I got a couple nicer cards. Well, I don't know. Here's a 57 Duke Snyder. I don't really like the graded cards because I want to put this in my 57 binder, but I can't.
Sure. Yeah.
But
well, we could do Jake Legends Never Die style, huh?
Yeah, just oh. This is one of my favorite cards I have, and I kind of always forget I have it because usually I go look in my binders for cards. And this is a 57 Hank Aaron.
Nice.
I love this card. It's very nice.
Both these have Dylan Double D approved centering from the looks of them.
I do love centering. This one's pretty nicely centered too. One of the most underrated players in MLB history, Warren Spahn.
Oh yeah.
This is also a white back. And I also don't only collect, or another kind of sub thing I do is TTMs. And I pulled a couple of those out. Two of my favorites. And here's a Vernon Law rookie card. And he really went to town on the inscriptions.
Yeah, that's a ton.
Yeah. He's got pretty nice handwriting for being, 97 years old. Better handwriting than me. And then this is the other one, Bobby Shantz, MVP in 1952.
Nice.
That's everything I pulled.
All right. So I did notice, your channel is very close to like 2-year anniversary.
Yep.
What got you going enough in this to start making videos?
It was actually, I was on a live stream. I was in the comments of a live stream of G's Mikey, and I was talking to him. He was like, "Oh yeah, you should. It helps you with public speaking. It helps you with show off your cards." I've always wanted to show off my cards, but yeah, it was he kind of jump started me and gave me a shout out, and I did a couple of his video responses, and kind of boosted me in. But yeah,
awesome. That's cool that you got that kickstart from one of the big channels out there, at least in our space. So,
yeah, yep.
which is a micro niche of YouTube.
Yeah.
But and from there, what kind of extra experience have you gotten? You feel like from joining YouTube versus what you would have had otherwise?
Yeah, I mean, just the connections. Like there's a lot of people that I've met that, like John Mangini. I mean, I can send him a picture of something, and he'll be like, "Oh, that's that set that year. That player did this," and I mean, he's like a human Wikipedia. Um, but yeah, connections, and I mean, you can tell from like my first video, I was kind of stuttering and but now I think I've gotten a lot better at speaking and definitely public speaking. Yeah.
Oh yeah, with anything with practice, you get more comfortable and it becomes more natural. And one of the early things is you were only doing the hand model style, but then you flip the camera around,
Yep.
and that's a fully different feeling. Talking to a camera where you're pretending like you're talking to people.
It was kind of weird at first, but I've gotten used to
Oh yeah. And you will forever have it documented of what your voice sounded like before it changed.
it. Yeah. Yeah. Little embarrassing, but it's funny.
Your future wife and kids will get a kick out of it. Depending if the YouTube servers are still live at that point.
Yeah. My friends definitely get a kick out of it when they pull up my old videos and look at
Sure.
it.
And has it? How much do you think it's impacted what you're collecting?
Well, I would say, well, I mean, before I started on YouTube, I pretty much only knew Tops, Bowman, Fleer, like the basic stuff. But I had no idea about the Red Hearts. I had no idea about the Wilson Franks. I had no idea about all these um, oddball sets.
Don't say that, man. Jeannie's gonna get mad at you.
I was thinking about that when
I'm sure it
oddball.
came went across your mind the moment you said it, right?
I was like, but
But it's just easier, right? It's easier.
these minor sets. Um, but I mean, I had no idea about these, and then also um, learning about new players, learning about their stories and everything, and then like, yeah, I mean, I had no idea about the Red Hearts, and now I'm halfway done with um, the set. So yeah,
Cool. Of course, that one's got a couple of obstacles with the mantle and the musial.
yeah,
Those are pretty popular cards. But yeah, that's cool. I do like those red hearts. I mean, to me, the fact that there is a dog food card that's that beautiful is just feels crazy.
yeah. I actually here's a here's a Red Heart ad. I think I showed this off in one of my former videos. But you can see Mantle in there, so maybe this will make up for the missing man.
There
And
you
that's
go.
cool too. So
Yeah, very few people, I'm sure, have those advertising still.
yeah,
So
I,
probably rarer than the cards.
yeah, probably yeah. I got that and a bunch of other stuff from a collection that I bought with my dad. Um, it that collection was huge and it's all over my card room right now. Um, I also pulled two things from that collection. Um, and here's one of them. This is one of my favorite pieces that we got. Uh, Miller Huggins,
Nice.
Cleveland Alexander, Christy Mathewson, uh, and Ty Cobb on a Tuxedo Tobacco ad. I don't know what year it's from. It's from the Saturday Evening Post, but I mean, it's just beautiful. It doesn't even look like it's 110 years old.
Oh
It's
yeah, it's got to be from probably the 19 teens or something.
Yep. And then another one I pulled out is kind of a bigger one. I don't know how I'm gonna fit this, but it's a very high end clothing ad, and this is Walter Johnson, and Walter Johnson is one of my favorite players, so this is very cool to find.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Those are I only pulled out those two, but there is plenty of other stuff. Yeah.
But still, I mean, you're 15 years old and you've got some amazing stuff, and you're only at the very beginning of this. So, uh,
Can't even
yeah,
imagine where I go from here.
yeah. By the time you're my age, it's going to be insane what you have. So,
Yep.
uh, yeah. Of course, there'll be probably a few years there where the money is not there to put onto cards because you've got family with small children type of thing for a few years. But
Yeah. Not yet.
exactly, that's future use problem. But still a great start. So at this point, anything else to share about your collecting, your YouTube experience, or anything before you get to the last phase here?
Um, I think I think I hit on everything. I think we got pretty well.
All right, cool. Well, now it's time to probe you with some special questions for the end here. So,
All right.
uh, normally I ask people what they wanted to be when they grow up. So, have you figured out what you want to do yet? I know you're only a freshman, so it's a little early. Any dreams at this point?
Well, it's kind of broad, but I would want to go into trades or do something which involves like not sitting at a computer or uh, like stuff like that. Something like a electrician or a plumber or work with my hands. I'd like to do that. Um, yeah, something like trade. Go to trade school. Do something like that.
Great path. There's
Mm.
a massive shortage of that type of workforce out there. So, best of luck to you on that endeavor. So, uh, any encounters with a famous person, and who would be the most famous person you've ever encountered in real life to this point?
Uh, probably probably. Do you know who Chuck Foreman is?
Yeah, the football player is a defensive lineman. Is that
Running back for the
wait?
Vikings.
Okay,
Yep. I went and met him at a card signing. I think that probably Chuck Foreman would be the most popular person I've ever met. So not really high up there, but
well, it would be when they were making the Super Bowls there with Tarkenton as quarterback and the four linemen that were studs with the
yeah, just
yeah
the four linemen. Yep.
yeah the purple people eaters. You had a video on that one, so
I love I keep adding to. I get more and more. Really like Jim Marshall, Carl Eller. Yeah.
yeah. Except he had that one play where he runs the wrong way, and that's the one everybody knows.
Yeah, he should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm not biased, but I think he definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And maybe
Oh, he totally deserves it. It was his streak, wasn't it, that Brett Favre broke as far as actual consecutive games too, and um, he had like 270 something straight starts in the NFL, which is crazy.
especially.
Longevity and staying healthy when you're a defensive lineman.
Mhm.
Jeez,
Yeah.
and yeah, he was good. He's robbed not being there, but
Yep.
Do you have a favorite song?
Um, Favorite song? I would say, uh, hmm. I like country music. I like um this might surprise some people, but I like old country music. Um, I like Johnny Cash. I like other people. Mostly, I mostly listen to Johnny Cash. But can't really put my finger on one.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
That's a good choice there with the one person you named. So, if you could choose any superhero power, what would it be?
Uh, well, I would say flight, but I'm scared of heights, so maybe not that. Maybe super speed. Well, I don't really
All
like
right.
long car rides.
All right, Flash. Excluding the standard dog, cat, pets. We're looking for more of wild animal. What's your favorite animal?
Uh, I would say an otter.
That's never had that choice there. What's the reasoning behind that one?
I just think they're really cute.
Because you want to float around with your belly up, breaking shellfish and eating it raw. So
Yeah, my dog kind of looks like an otter.
they are one of the cutest things out there. So uh, if you had the opportunity to switch into someone else's life for a day,
Mhm.
any time in history, and experience, their life for a day, who would you choose?
Hmm. I could say like a baseball player, but uh, anybody. Um.
This is where you step in and you can do what they could do. So it's not
Oh. Okay. Oh.
you know like
Hmm.
if you became Jordan, you could suddenly fly and dunk like him, or you could feel what it feels like to hit a home run like Babe Ruth, or you know
I would. You know what I would say? I would say Walter Johnson, because everybody says, "Oh, back then the pitchers they didn't throw as hard. They probably were throwing 70, 80." I really want to see if that's true.
see how fast he could fling that thing sidearm, like he did.
Yeah.
um you have a favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Uh, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh, I love that movie. It's
Movie. I'm not a really big movie person, but that was a great movie.
oh yeah. Are you steeped in old timey?
Yeah.
All right. You're still in school, so what do you have a favorite school subject?
I would say, well, other than Wood's class, I would say probably hmm. Well, I don't have it this semester, but I really like history, uh, which kind of goes along with baseball. But I really like history class, like American history, and yeah, probably
Oh yeah.
history. Yep.
Well, clearly with the baseball cards you're choosing, you have an appreciation for the past.
Yep.
So, you have a favorite food?
Uh, I really like lasagna. Um, my dad's cooking chili right now, so I also very much enjoy chili. Um, and sushi. Yeah.
Good choices. Uh, so you've got Harmon Killebrew as your main baseball PC.
Mhm.
If I told you you had to go back and pick a different player and not do your Harmon Killebrew run, but try to do somebody else, who would be the player you would choose?
Well, if I had unlimited money, I'd think I'd do Mickey Mantle. Um, but I would say I would probably want to do somebody with a long career because Yeah. I would say maybe Warren Spahn or Richie Ashburn. I really like Richie Ashburn.
Both very good players.
Yep.
Richie Ashburn much more under the radar,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's tough when you had those New York center fielders in his heyday. That trio. So
One of my favorite stories about him. I don't know if it's true or not, but he hit a foul ball and it hit an old lady in the head, and then she was being carted off in a stretcher. And when she was outside of the stadium, he hit another foul ball out of the stadium, and it hit her in the head again. Um, and then he ended up visiting her in the hospital.
that's crazy. That would be awesome if it was true. Well, not awesome for her, but just kind of an incredible, freaky coincidence there. So,
Yep.
all right. So that is my 10 questions for you. So thank you very much, Jack, for participating. It's been great having you. Uh, any last words for the crowd?
Just thank you for having me on. It was fun. It was oh yeah, and Happy New Year's.
Yeah, Happy New Year's. I think this will be airing in a little bit, a few days away. So,
Oh,
but it's still New Year's. So, yeah, thanks a lot, Jack. For all the viewers out there, just giving you an early heads up. We are going to be trying to do another trade night here, I believe, the last Sunday this month. So if you want to get your stuff ready for that, it's another case where I'll be running it and we'll be bringing people live on screen to show their cards. And I will, on behalf of anybody who wants to, act as a communication intermediary between the people interested and you. So, look out for that. Get ready for it. We're going to try to make this a semi-regular thing on the channel because there were some successful deals already made out of our first one. Besides the big one that actually aired with the $1,000 Christy Mathewson card. So, but everybody, thanks for watching, and I will